will now request a staff briefing on House Bill 2401 from Desiree Armley and Ryan Simonis. Good morning.
Good morning. For the record, Desiree Armley, OPR staff to the State Government and Tribal Relations Committee. House Bill 2401 creates the Washington State Boys and Men Commission contingent upon receipt of non-state contributions in an amount sufficient to fully fund the Commission's operational costs through December 31st, 2029. This would include all administrative costs and costs to contract for work to carry out the purpose of the bill before you. By June 30th of this year, OFM is required to determine the amount by fiscal year that would be necessary to fully fund the Commission's operating cost from July of this year through December 30th, 2029. The Boys and Men Commission account is created, and OFM is required to seek non-state contributions to apply towards the Commission's operations costs, and then deposit those contributions into the newly created account. OFM must notify certain agencies if or when full funding is received. If funding to fully cover operation costs of the Commission through 2029 is not received by end of December 2029, the Office of Financial Management must return all contributions received to the entity that made the original contribution, and the provisions under the Act will expire. If established, the Commission would consist of 9 members appointed by the Governor, one being from a federally recognized Indian tribe, and the majority of members self-identifying as male. The Commission would also include 4 legislators. Reimbursements for subsistence and mileage is authorized for non-legislative members. The bill sets forth a handful of duties of the Commission as detailed in the bill report. The Commission will be required to submit a report every 2 years, beginning on December 31st, 2029, on its activities, and I'll turn it over to Ryan.
Thank you.
Once again, Ryan Simonis, staff to this committee. The fiscal note for this bill has been uploaded to the EBB. All costs that I outline assume that the new commission would be created as an independent state agency, a new one, sometime by December 31, 2029. The Office of Financial Management would be required to support the creation of this new commission and would need to take on some contracting costs. The creation of this new state agency would involve contracting for IT services and enterprise to add them to enterprise services and securing non-state dollars to fund the commission. IT contracting is estimated as a one-time cost of $115,000 and would require expenditure authority from a dedicated central service account. Fundraising contracting is estimated as an ongoing cost of $50,000 general fund state per fiscal year until sufficient funding is secured. The fiscal note also provides a preliminary estimate of $854,000 per fiscal year for the commission to operate with 5 FTEs. This concludes my remarks.
Thank you both very much. Are there any questions for Desiree or Ryan? Thank you. I'd like to invite Representative Berg to give the committee some introductory remarks to 2401.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chair. I just want to say that this bill is not about centering men at the expense of women or rolling back any hard-fought progress for anyone. Across our state, boys and men are falling behind in ways that should concern us all. There's not a single cause. This bill creates a commission to do the careful, thoughtful work of bringing together research, lived experience, and cross-agency expertise. The commission will focus on improving mental health outcomes, expanding access to education and vocational pathways, reducing stigma around seeking help, and addressing the pervasive cause of loneliness that so many of our boys and men experience. I do want to say that to make a note that the commission will be funded with gifts and grants for the first 3 years, after which the legislature can renew this existing model or decide to invest state funds into the commission. So that fiscal note would represent those funds coming from somewhere other than the state legislature. I commend this bill to you.
Thank you, Representative Berg, and we'll now go to public testimony. Vice Chair Macri.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We have a number of online testifiers that we'll hope to bring over: Gerald Grubbs, Alonda Williams, and Carrie Isaacson. And get them over to the testimony room online. Great. And Gerald, if you can hear us, please go ahead.
Good morning. Happy Seahawk weekend to the committee. My name is Jerry Grubbs, and I'm a superintendent of 2 small rural school districts. My wife is an assistant superintendent, and we are both in support of House Bill 2401. I have spoken with my friends who are principals, teachers, and naturally superintendents. Every conversation on this topic ended up with the same result. We need better ways to meet the needs of our boys. I spoke with Jim Kalikowski from the Rural Ed Center this morning, and he gave me his permission to let you know he is also in support of this effort. The issues our boys face flow up through school system, and they bring those challenges into the broader society as we see them grow into violent men, drug-addicted men, and sadly, all too often, suicidal men. I've heard the question, what about the girls? The answer is simple. When we make the men's lives better, we will win the hearts and gratitudes of their grandmothers, mothers, sisters, and wives. So thank you for your time, and please support House Bill 2401.
Thank you, Jerry.
Thank you. Alonda? Alonda, we can't hear you right now.
How's that? Better?
Great.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
welcome.
Terrific. Thank you. Thank you so much, chairs and members of the committee. Thank you for the opportunity to speak. I'm here today in support of this commission.
Could you identify yourself for the record, Alonda?
Sure. My name is Alonda Williams, and I'm president and CEO of Big Brothers Big Sisters of Puget Sound.
Thank you.
And I'm here in strong support of establishing this commission for men and boys. At Big Brothers Big Sisters, we work with thousands of boys and young men and actually young people from all backgrounds. And what we see is consistent and concerning. Boys are more likely to be struggling academically, more likely to disengage from school, and more likely to have access to positive role models. Many of the boys in our wait list have been waiting specifically for a male mentor sometimes for far too long. And we see the ripple effect of that. Caregivers are asking for help, and schools are seeking support. This is not excusing any behavior, but it's really about meeting unmet needs. And supporting boys and men is not in competition with supporting women and girls. It strengthens families at scale. A commission would bring focus and coordination and accountability to an issue that is currently addressed in fragments. It allows us to move from reactive to proactive. I urge you to support this commission as an investment in the future and health of our community.
Alonda.
Thank you.
Thank you. And we'll move to Carrie. Welcome.
Hello, thank you for the opportunity to testify. I'm Carrie Isaacson in Walla Walla County, 16th Legislative District. I'm chair of the Walla Walla County Democratic Party. Members of the Central Committee brought the opportunity, this bill 2401, to our attention, and it was unanimously supported at our meeting earlier in January. Here in rural southeastern Washington, there is a mental health crisis. And we feel this bill will help not only with education, homelessness, addiction, school completion, and many other issues of concern for boys and men and everyone in our community, but also the very high suicide rate confronting our area. Thank you for listening, and we urge the support of this bill. Thank you.
Thank you, Carrie.
We have one more testifier, Victor Njogu, if we can move him over. And welcome, Victor. Go ahead.
Good morning. Chair Ormsby and members of the committee, thank you for the opportunity to testify. My name is Victor Jagu, policy analyst with the Washington Build Back Black Alliance, testifying in support of House Bill 2401. I've seen both personally and professionally what happens when boys and men are not supported early and systems fail to work together. Too many boys and men struggle in school, experiencing isolation and untreated mental health challenges, becoming involved with the criminal justice system, not because they lack potential, but because our systems respond too late and without coordination. House Bill 2401 responds to that gap by establishing the Washington Boys and Men's Commission, a statewide body designed to connect data, lived experience, and agency coordination, so the legislature can act earlier and more efficiently. This bill does not take resources away from women or girls. It sends the same intentional, preventative approach to men and boys, particularly where social and economic conditions compound risk. I ask the committee to advance House Bill 2401 as an investment in boys and men that supports stronger outcomes and healthier communities. Thank you.
Thank you, Victor.
Those are all our testifiers.
Thank you. That will conclude the public testimony and the public hearing on House Bill 2401.